everybody.
Yes.
MaJeliv here, we're the Vasquez family, and in today's video we're going to be reacting to the official trailer of Mortal Kombat. This is the red band trailer, so it's supposed to be more intense and bloody and violent. Before going into this, we were a little hesitant, if we're being honest, because Mortal Kombat... Very hesitant, yes. Because Mortal Kombat has always been a very violent and gory and dark game. It's something, this channel is all about spreading light and spreading positivity, and we don't believe in just, enjoying and glorifying the killing of people just because it's fun. It's not at all. So we kind of went into this. We did more research on the movie itself. I know my parents, growing up, they played a little bit of Mortal Kombat when they were kids at the arcades, or my dad more, my mom used to play as Johnny Cage, and it was a thing that they remember from their childhood. So I think there's a curiosity from how, if it's evolved. We know that the old movies were absolute.
Too bad you will die.
With the movies. So I think there's a lot of curiosity we have here. We did some research on the creatives working behind the scenes, the writers, the producers, and the people, the actors in it as well. People that were fans of their work, people that have worked on Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, and actors that have worked on things that we've seen in the past. So we're going into this with some skepticism. We want to see what they're trying to do with the story, if there's going to be any story, what they're trying to do with this movie, if they're trying to add, what they're trying to do with it. And before we jump in, we want to say again, this is the red band trailer, which means it is going to be violent. Let's jump in and let's see what they're trying to do with Mortal Kombat. Here we go.
We'll see. Oh man, it's even red. Crap.
I already know this is good.
Probably.
First heard about this 7 years ago. On a mission in Brazil to capture a wanted fugitive. When we got there, they tore through our unit in seconds.
Oh man.
Has superhuman abilities. It had the same marking you do, Cole.
It's a birthmark.
What do you mean?
He was born with it.
It's not a birthmark, Cole. It means you've been chosen.
Throughout history, different cultures all over the world reference a great tournament of champions. That dragon marking? I think it's an invitation to fight for something known.
Yo!
As Mortal Kombat.
Yo!
Is Scorpion.
Sonya, that's Kano.
I'm okay. Thanks, Jax.
Oh, Jax that's how you got his arms.
Is an ally.
Gotcha.
Oh, awesome.
We will not fail. Kill them.
Okay.
This looks really epic.
Okay.
Wow. Yo, Goro.
Look like Ryu.
I am Sub-Zero.
I used to play some.
Yes, you did. That's the fight right there between those two.
Scorpion and Sub-Zero, man.
Oh
man.
Sounds like the game.
The only thing I know.
That's the only thing I know Mortal Kombat. Bruh.
China wins. You idiot.
Oh man.
Okay.
Okay. So what are your,
gotta say.
I'll let the parents. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts? Knowing what since you guys played more Mortal Kombat than we ever did.
So even back in the day when technology wasn't all that great, we thought it was amazing. It seemed very graphic and violent.
Yeah.
I thought to myself, when technology got better, it becomes too realistic. And now with a movie, it's like the gore is even more realistic. And I do one positive thing, because I probably won't love all of the visual gore. I'm just not all about that. But one very impressive thing was the way that they were able to replicate those different power moves from the game. Like it took me back to those days when I was playing, and you know, those special tricks that each of them had that I didn't know how to do them. I would just press everything and magically one of them would do a cool move and I was awesome. But so I think the positive is that the technology has been able to show now through this film what the game was, but I don't know.
And nostalgia too. I'm sure it's delivered so much nostalgia to so many people because these are characters that were in the game. You know?
Right.
So it's not just new characters. It's like, you know, the characters.
And I deeply appreciate like the costume design too of how.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure this is how they look in the video game.
Even sounded like that.
Very accurate and similar to it. But also, the only thing I really do know of Mortal Kombat is Scorpion. He's like, get over here. That's all I know.
Yeah.
And that even sounded like pretty lit.
So I think the nostalgia's there, like you guys mentioned. I think for people who don't mind the gore and violence, it'll be great. I think I don't know if I could stomach that whole movie.
Maybe not in theaters.
What do you think, Dad?
Well, I stopped playing Mortal Kombat around Mortal Kombat 3.
It's like 11 now.
It just got extreme with the violence, and it was something my mom was just not having as I was getting older. So the game just eventually dropped off my playlist, if you will. Now, as a film, and I'm looking at this as a filmmaker and as an actor, artistically speaking,
it has potential.
It does. It has it has a story, just you know, and it has characters that we can connect to, and the big why they're going into this battle seems a lot more definitive and clear than the original movies from the 90s, which, do we really need to talk about those films? I mean, look, here's the thing. As a family of filmmakers, we know how hard it is to make a film.
It's not easy.
We know how difficult it is to sit down with an idea and put it on the page, especially if it's an idea that's adapted from something, especially if it's adapted from a video game.
Yeah.
So it is extremely difficult to do. So even those films in the 90s, as not so great as they were, I respect that they were difficult to make.
And the stunt
difficult to make.
Were
correct.
Right.
And it took a lot of work and it took a lot of effort. It just didn't land well. This has an incredible multicultural cast. I love it.
Yes.
It has actors from Australia. It has Mehcad Brooks, who I was a big fan of in Supergirl. So for him to be a part of this film, I'm sure, it's a lot of fun. He gets to play Jax, sure. But again, there seems to be a bigger story here with Scorpion being of Earth and Sub-Zero being with the Outworld or the Dark Realm. And so the collision of this darkness and the good coming to head is already a better premise than what it was in the 90s.
And even all this gore, it is easy to look at it as CGI. I'm sure we're not the only people that think that this gore is, you know. But it is very hard to make, and I've seen people that have worked on prosthetics and makeup, and it is a very difficult thing to do to form that. And sometimes that gore doesn't even get shown. So,
but it's all about story. If the story justifies it, then you can swallow it to a degree when you're watching it as an audience member. I think about Braveheart and Gladiator. I mean, you really can't compare those films entirely with something like this.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of violence in them, and for some people, it's difficult to watch.
But I can argue with that though, because even in those movies, the violence it's used to tell a bigger story. Where Mortal Kombat, the main thing about it is the violence.
Exactly.
Like, people like to see the gore and the fatalities, and so
the bone zoom in shots.
So it's you know,
and if that's what this is gonna be, then it's just gonna be that.
I know there's a market for it, so I mean they know what to expect and they appreciate and enjoy it. I don't know.
It definitely won't be for everybody, that's for sure.
Yeah, I know for sure it's not for me.
It's Mortal Kombat fans, but it's an opportunity, I think, if it's, the screenwriter involved can promise to have some deeper character tales, then I think it'll draw in some people willing to listen. But it's a stretch. It's Mortal Kombat. It's violence, and we'll see.
Here's the thing: we could be seeing this trailer and be like that the whole movie is gonna involve gore, but sometimes we've seen in trailers that they don't really show well, the boring parts, quote unquote, but the story parts, you know?
Right.
So they're probably just showing all the fight choreographies throughout the whole movie.
Yeah,
And
marketing.
they're not showing the story parts where character development happens, and that would be the part that would probably take up the most of the movie.
I think it's
so
also,
maybe that would make it easier to swallow. So these are obviously it's just a theory, but it's a good one.
Yeah, it's obviously exciting too. I think it's to get the Mortal Kombat fans who know who these characters are to get hyped about it. Like the guy Jax, I'm guessing, how he gets the arms. I'm guessing he has metal arms in the games. You know, like that hype for people who know who Jax is. Like that's probably extremely exciting. I'm personally kind of like pretty interested in this. But I mean, again, with what they're saying, with if the violence is like, if it's intentional and it's just not just for sheer entertainment, then I don't. If it's supposed to go with the story, and it seems like it's supposed to be this big face-off. Then sure, it seems very exciting.
Good versus evil, if you will. It's very exciting. I think nonetheless we're very intrigued and interested to see what comes of this movie. It is exciting, I think, just in general, to see how these production companies, these big studios are they're reinventing and kind of reimagining these video games into movies. I think that's from Sonic that we saw recently to the news with the HBO's Last of Us coming out, and now Mortal Kombat. There's just a lot of video games that are being adapted, so I think that's super exciting.
And
Assassin's Creed
on Netflix. So there's just a lot coming, and it's really exciting. And we're really glad that we gave us a chance for sure. But it is definitely going to be a ride nonetheless. If you want to hear your thoughts down below, what Mortal Kombat means to you.
Who's your favorite character?
Who's your favorite character? If you played Mortal Kombat, who's your favorite character? And we love playing video games too. We just never, we never played this, obviously. But thank you for joining us today. Again, give us your thoughts down below. Hope you enjoyed our reaction. And if you guys want to check out more MaJeliv content and help support us, you can check out our Patreon here and join the MaJeliv Insiders Club. And with that, just go out there, spread your light, and we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.